internet. Sorry for that delay. Oh god! Oh god, no! I didn't turn the video preview off! It's going into infinite loop!
God damn it, Sneaky! You spent all this time troubleshooting technical difficulties, and you screw that up.
Although, on the bright side, I can now confirm, with the loop going, At and I are coming through just fine. You can hear us this time.
Yay!
We will not be starting a stream with Crazy Sneaky.
We will not go 16 minutes into a stream again with me shouting at supposedly no one. Okay. So everyone, this is Fanfiction Contempt here to 9001, and welcome to Hell and High Water. I'm your host, SneakyDevil, and we're joined by Max and Atin. Huh?
We're playing Left 4 Dead?
Yes! It's all witches!
Wait, are we doing the Left 4 Dead stream finally?
No! Because that is, it's honestly, the Left 4 Dead section isn't so much bad fiction as it is just really sappy fiction.
No, I thought we were like just going to load up
so here's what we
the high
do.
water level.
Yeah, I was gonna say no. So here's what we should do. We need to get Nosehair in here, and he'll, because he actually likes Left 4 Dead, we'll make him read terrible Left 4 Dead fan fiction while we play
like
High
Left 4
Water.
Dead? Excuse you.
What about Street Fighter fanfic? I don't know. I've never.
I don't know anything about Street
Also,
Fighter.
everyone should notice I now have low latency mode.
Oh, that's cool.
Which means no more delay.
No, Calvin, I'm pretty sure I'm the most knowledgeable about Street Fighter, and most of my knowledge comes from the Udon comics, because those are infinitely more entertaining than the travesty of a story mode that was Street Fighter V.
Anyway, so let us get into the fan fiction today. It's a Tuesday, which means we might go out and view some stuff we previously looked at, or we might just continue on with the normal crap. Because, you know, today was actually a good day, I guess. No, not really. No, it was a bad day. I spent some time, basically what I'm trying to say is, I got that program that Zexels has been working on, running, and it gave me a lot of recommendations, and a lot of them were shit.
Yeah.
So I added them to the queue.
It just needs a little bit of work.
So, as always, do not contact any of the authors we feature in the podcast. Take everything we say with a grain of salt, as, well, I at least get very angry and hyper and prone to making claims I cannot back up due to half-remembered facts that someone said one point in time during a private message about fan fiction 3 years ago.
Yeah.
Max can confirm.
I'm trying to remember what it was.
Probably.
I honestly can't.
Anyway, so let's get this party started. As always, the links can be found in the Discord down below. And now, to those who are unaware of how this works, you click the big old Discord logo, and that brings you right to our Discord. I know this might be difficult for some of you, but I believe in you. You can do it.
Who needs the story?
He's lying to you, by the way. Don't trust him.
There is no good day to die. Anyway, the stats of the Jesus Christ. 9,000. Okay. Well, let's see how good this is.
Well, no, Sneaky. It's
Wow.
over 9,000.
Yeah. He has a nearly 1-to-1 ratio on the faves and follows. That is exceedingly rare in the Naruto section.
What? Really? He's got 600 more follows than favorites.
Yeah, I know, Sneaky, but statistically, that's pretty damn close.
Yeah, I suppose so. Anyway, so this is the Dark Phoenix of Konoha. Naruto has a big secret. He isn't the dead last he appears to be. But why would he show that before he is ready to deal with the stones the council loves placing in his way? The Sandine, having opened his eyes, will do his best to make sure Konoha will retain the will of fire. Smart and strong, Naruto.
Cool. By the way, Sneaky, it's only a 6% difference.
Okay, well.
Yeah. That's...
Generally, good stories only have a gap of about 200, I guess. A 1-to-1 ratio in terms of favorites to follows typically means that a lot of people really enjoyed the story. Typically, most people typically follow a story if they like it, but most people will favor a story if they would go, hey guys, you should read this story. So it's sort of like a saying, oh, I want to read more of this, but I'm also going to recommend it to other people. And when people don't favorite it, it means it doesn't show up on their fanfiction page, which means other people won't see them reading it, which means either it's something they don't want to see, they don't want other people to know they read, or they wouldn't recommend it to other people.
Yeah, it's a really just. I really want to see the breakdown of those statistics.
Yep. Anyway, so I do take gumption with the premise of this story, because the premise of this story is based off of a shitload of fanon. The council is fanon.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure the only council that we know of is just a meeting of the heads, and that's it.
Not even
And
actually.
Even,
the only canon council that exists is when the Sandime calls in his two friends who he named advisors.
Yeah.
There is no other council. Now, while it might make sense to be like, there's a head council for all the shinobi clans, and there's a council for all the civilians as well, so we can have an efficient workplace.
Yeah.
Technically, no, it's pure military dictatorship.
Oh god, I completely forgot that existed. Sorry.
Yeah.
I'm looking for info on the Naruto Council, and it's like, oh hey, look at the Ninja Council games from the Game Boy Advance.
Oh, let's not talk about those.
No, Calvin. Captured in her eyes means another Naruto story. Not Detective Conan. People like fanon, get over it. Now, I understand people enjoy fanon, but the problem I have is when people are like, oh man, this story is so great, they council bash. Obviously, I'm not saying this story does council bash, but when people have included in the past council bashing in here, like, oh yeah, I'm gonna show the council what's what, it's like, mate, that doesn't exist.
Yeah, it's like, they're not bashing the... It's rare to see them bash the actual council, and more often I see them bashing the made-up civilian council.
Kill him.
I don't think he's understanding what we're...
There is no council. It's not... The dictator of Konoha has named his two teammates advisors to him. His fourth teammate is not an advisor to him.
Yeah, now they are referred to as the Konoha Council, I think, in one of the data books, if the wiki is accurate with its shit. It's like a 50-50 shot this far into the Naruto shit, but...
Yeah. Point being, very rarely do they council bash the proper council.
Yeah.
If you...
But who knows? Maybe we'll be pleasantly surprised. We won't be, but maybe we will.
Also,
which is funny.
I do take gumption with the typical stories that are like, Naruto is secretly super strong and smart, but he's just pretending to stupid.
Yeah. Maybe we'll be pleasantly...
those for a completely different reason.
I mean...
If the wiki is accurate...
Not multiple.
Sealed
kunai. Oh, hi, Isley.
Look, okay, I will recommend sealed kunai to people just because I dislike certain premises doesn't mean I won't read them. It just means I dislike them, and you're gonna have to try even harder for me to say, okay, this was actually a decent story to read. Anyway. I want to start a new story. This story is inspired by the one-man team. Okay, that was a okay story. I remember reading that like 6 years ago. That mostly concerns Naruto's mentality. He won't be an idiot in this story. This story contains Sasuke and Sakura bashing. Perhaps they'll stop doing it after some point in time, but it's mostly going to be Sakura bashing, so those who don't like that shouldn't read this story.
And it's not going to stop people from reading the
Complaining about it?
story. You're just fanning the flames for them to flame your story.
I just dislike bashing in general. It's like, if the character is a genuinely bad character, you don't really need to make any effort to make them look bad. And if you just dislike that character personally, then just don't include them in the story then or something. I don't fucking know. Maybe Sakura just got stabbed one day in the throat by a thief running away or something.
Maybe everyone making fun of her and her being too weak to actually do anything, she just quits after like year 2 at the academy and says, "Fuck it, I'm gonna run a flower shop." Like that's not.
Just goes into business with Ino's family.
Patriots
like that's not an unreasonable thing because it's shown, at least very early on in the show, that she's like, I'm really not that strong. Do I really want to do that? Like, it wouldn't be an unreasonable thing to say, yeah, she took a different career path that doesn't involve getting stabbed.
Oh yeah, and keep in mind, a lot of people tend to forget, but
Hey, hello, Sean.
I think initially, I think it was retcon, but like initially, there was the implication that she was one of the civilians who chose to enter the Ninja Academy. Find out later, of course, that I think her dad was a ninja though, at least.
Okay, well, if that's true, for a very long time they referred to her in canon as the civilian ninja.
Yeah, which again, I don't know if maybe they just retired into the civilian life, but on technicality, I would think that she would technically have been raised as a ninja. The what? What the fuck is? Huh?
Alright, so Calvin, basically the premise of Sasuke and Sakura is that they're fairly one-dimensional characters. Sasuke, when initially introduced, basically just talks about how he's going to get revenge on Itachi basically every single time there's a conversation that comes up. I'm going to avenge my clan, vengeance, 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 rah rah rah, strong,
well, look, it's
strength,
either
vengeance,
vengeance, or I need to be stronger.
One-dimensional characters in Naruto? Yeah, I know, it's a shocker, right? It's more common than you think. God damn it, Tom. Yeah, and then Sakura was basically a one-dimensional character in that her only purpose in the early on sections and pretty much the entire story, to be honest, was to be a focus point of, I'm basically useless, I'm gonna chase after Sasuke, talk about Sasuke a bunch, and be generally incompetent, and they drag down to the story. No, she's not a bubbly airhead. She's very intelligent. Unless it comes to Sasuke.
She's this she had the highest academic marks.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, she's
the
she's the smartest one actually.
Yeah, who is extremely abusive to her other teammate, and no one stops her. Yeah.
I'm incredibly confused by this shit that shows up in the anime. I just found out that apparently Konoha has a force called the Allied Mothers Force.
Why?
Do they work for Mother Base?
During wartime, they protect the village and those left within until their loved ones return from war. On one occasion, the current iteration of this organization was able to prevent the sumo wrestlers from attacking the village during the Fourth War.
What?
Naruto movies, why? Naruto movies.
Oh, Sneaky, this was a filler arc during the Fourth Shinobi War.
Oh my
Sumo wrestlers are a group of sumo wrestlers.
No! No! Don't! No! Sumo wrestlers?
Attacking shinobi and samurai. They just go around attacking shinobi and samurai for no reason. They just do it.
Why are there sumo wrestlers?
Fuck those guys.
Fuck.
I need to watch this episode now. I'm too intrigued by this living shitpost.
Do we really need to do that?
Not right now, no.
No,
but-
not now, but I'm gonna make a note of that.
You know what? Maybe tomorrow we should all sit down and watch that on stream. That's probably allowed.
No. I have D&D tomorrow.
Oh, right. Well, we'll figure it out.
Okay.
Then. We'll do that on stream. That should be good for laughs.
Oh, we can always grab Kilm sometime, and he can just watch Reconquista with us. I'm sure he's had some enlightening opinions on that thing.
Anyway, a person clad in dark
Sumo
gray.
Naruto fit. Oh god. All right, I'm
That's
gonna
a
go
great
do
way
it.
to start a story.
Mhm.
A person clad in the color gray was rushing from one shadow of a house to another shadow. Nobody noticed, as the person was fast. Oh god, this is... Look, I'm not gonna say
What?
I'm some sort
Everybody
of
was
fucking...
fast as lightning.
Yeah, indeed. Look, I'm not gonna say I'm some sort of fucking paragon when it comes to opening sentences, but Jesus Christ. Nothing could be noticed that would identify the person, just as it was the intention of said person. If he would be identified, there would be massive accusations about him doing something illegal, which would only result in him getting dragged to the old man again. That should be capitalized. No! He had other plans tonight. The empty streets of his home village, he used the term home very loosely, were working well for his plans. Finally, he had reached his hideout. Right, because I'm sure that no ninja would ever see a civilian-level character or a Genin-level character dashing from shadow to shadow in empty streets wearing gray.
And definitely none of the two Anbu assigned to watch him.
Yeah, right.
Oh, we gotta go tell the Hokage we lost Naruto.
I don't know why they
Why are
suddenly
you
turned New
shrinking
York.
on the job, sir?
Because that's how drunk they'd have to be to lose Naruto.
I don't know. Like, Naruto for years successfully evaded Anbu capture after facing, like, monuments.
I just
I
found a
never
Stargate
said those
Batman
guys weren't drinking
Begins.
on the job either.
Baruto when?
Naruto bear guy when?
I think this
I can just
world
get some
needs
more
more
spray
Russian
paint.
Naruto riding bears.
If you really want that out, I could just get some spray paint.
Don't.
Soviet anthem intensifies. Blah 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 blah. Finally, blah blah blah. He pressed a stone in a wall, and said wall glided aside soundlessly. The wonders of silencing seals, and let him in. As soon as he walked inside, the wall slid back, pretending nothing of interest could be found there. The wall was pretending?
Yes. The wall was pretending.
It's
I'm
a very
strictly
clever
for the
wall.
right to arm bears. I too, Calvin, believe in every man's right to arm a bear.
Wait, you mean I'm not supposed to do that? Because I did.
Well,
Oh.
bears are godless killing machines. So, you will reap the
I mean,
consequences.
I live in Chicago. I need one for self-defense.
Okay.
Is this my self-defense bear? Why do you have a self-defense bear? I taught it how to use an MP5! Why?
What?
I can't.
Dude, no, an MP5 is a waste on a bear. Give it an M60.
Dude, the M60 is garbage.
Yeah, but it's on a bear.
So?
I
Give it
just-
a fucking HMG then!
I can't get my hands on one of those. I live in Chicago.
But you can get your hands on an M60.
I mean, technically, yes,
Sneaky, he
because I
lived in
know
Chicago,
someone who
yes.
has one grandfathered in.
What
So
about
yes,
the P90?
Yes, I could.
Look, man, we're talking about non-expensive objects here.
Alright, well, while you two continue this conversation, I'll be back in a couple minutes.
The person lit a lantern and now features could be identified. I'm so glad. The person was about 1 meter 50. Get out of
1
here
meter
with your European units. This is freedom only here. In height, slim, male, and wearing dark gray pants that were taped with black bandages at the ankle, and a long-sleeved gray shirt that was kept in place with gray arm guards. Yeah, 4.5 feet tall, yeah, something like that.
Well, I was gonna say, I mean, 1.8 is pretty tall because I believe I remember in the Bane books they said Bane was 2 meters.
Okay, yeah, but wasn't that written by a British person?
I believe it was.
Oh my god, fuck you guys. You fucking chat.
I'm not looking at chat. What is chat doing?
Chat's just being cancer.
Are they making fun of us for only knowing freedom units?
No. Not yet, at least.
I blame the American school system.
He wore black gloves with dull metal plates on the back. His head was hidden by a hood and a
Dull
mask.
metal plates as opposed to what?
Half
Shiny
metal
and
plates!
chrome?
Yes, as opposed to half metal plates that were made of chrome.
My plates are shiny
What?
and chrome. Witness them.
Indeed.
Sorry, what about full versus half? What?
Apparently we're troglodytes for not recognizing the full power of our chat's cancer.
What the fuck are they? Oh, Jesus Christ.
Blah, blah, blah. A mask that only left his eyes uncovered. Now he pulled of the mask from his lower face and the hood down. Spiky yellow hair was revealed, as were 3 whisker-like birthmarks on the boy's cheeks. You mean 6. He has 3 on each side, my friend. I'm offended at being called cancer. I am offended. I am a Leo. I'm shooketh. God damn it, guys.
We don't care.
He walked down the stairs behind the disguised door and reached a room after 5 minutes of walking down. Why the fuck did he have to tell us that? Why does that matter? He lit the lights, and now the whole room was visible. Oh, good. I'm glad you're using this fucking shitty-ass means of introducing an area to someone. The room was massive. It was rectangular. It was divided in 6 parts by shoulder-high walls. Only one part was closed
Shoulder-high
up
walls,
completely.
you say?
Yeah.
It's Commander Shepard in this story.
Yes. Passion of the Christ times Naruto.
Just out!
Only one part was closed up completely. The one on the far left. 4 parts. That's the Antifa section. 4 parts were about the same size, and 2 were double their size. Oh, I'm so glad we have accurate measurements on this. Oh yeah, this one part is a part long, and this part is 2 parts long.
Hey, Sneaky, it's not as bad as Dota 2. Ah, Blink Dagger range is 1,300 units. What's a unit? Suck my unit. That doesn't answer my question.
That lad is an absolute unit. And now they're making fun of you for the religion.
What?
He walked
What?
over to a wall in one of the smaller parts and took 3 sealing scrolls out of his pouch on his belt. He unrolled one scroll that was labeled with weapons and began unsealing the contents. Several shuriken and kunai, a short sword, 2 katanas, 4 kodachis, a chain sickle, a container with senbons, 2 windmill shuriken, 4 daggers were taken out of the sealing scroll and placed, sorted by kinds, in a shelf where the other weapons were stored. What is he, a fucking Dark Souls character?
He is now.
Apparently.
What, you telling me you don't keep those on you at all times?
The use of passive voice is actually making me twitch. You know, that's actually something I'm fairly awful at. Not writing things in passive voice sometimes. Like, normally I'm pretty decent at not doing that, but sometimes I just look at a sentence and I'm like, how the fuck else am I supposed to write this? Sneaky, you're kinda okay with it? Yeah, well, I don't think so. I'm pretty fucking awful with it. Not as bad as this guy, but I'm still pretty bad with it. The bigger weapons, like the swords in various sizes, went on the wall next to the shelf. Then the boy walked to another shelf in the neighboring part. Such description. Much wow.
Meanwhile, I'm sitting here thinking the new God of War game did shove a little too much. I want to go play it now the moment you said the boy.
Boy!
You've been conditioned.
I think I have. Oh.
Max, don't play it. No, he's playing it. Blah, 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 blah. This is the scroll part, and there's scrolls of different kinds on the shelves here. The single shelves were labeled. The single shelves. The single shelves. Okay.
Yes, the single shelves.
Were labeled with the category of the information in the scrolls.
I feel like there was a better way to word that.
Oh, there likely is. It's just the problem here is that the author's basically not... See, I'm fine with Naruto was secretly hiding his strength and intelligence all along. When you describe everything leading into that. Again, this comes down to the problem I had last time. The author was like, here's an author's note, now read the story. Instead of, like, leading into that with actual in-story description. And now here we have the author being like, okay, Naruto has a secret hidden underground super base with a massive shelf for weapons and a massive shelf for knowledge scrolls containing all 5 elements and a bunch of other things.
Why is the chat bringing up Naruto going to Nineveh? Are we gonna have to? Are we gonna write Naruto meets Jonah?
And they're shit posting Naruto Bible crossovers now.
Ah, good.
Yeah.
Yes, yeah, the knowledge scrolls.
It's fucking chat.
A good haul tonight. So he's stealing scrolls too. So he's stealing money. He's stealing clan techniques. He's stealing information scrolls.
Oh, good.
He's
stealing... Kilm wants to know when we're doing Dota crossovers, Sneaky.
Well, I can get some Dota crossovers up today.
Alright, let's do it. You know what? Let's just hard cut from this bad Naruto story to some bad Dota.
At 45 I will. If we're not done with this chapter by 45, we'll move on.
Alright.
Okay.
A good haul tonight, the boy said to himself. I really like the Chunin exams. I always get many new supplies that way. So, the point in time in which the village is on the highest form of alert. A not even ninja yet Naruto is capable of breaking in and stealing both possibly foreign and domestic clan techniques.
I like this Naruto. He's hell-bent on causing a diplomatic incident.
He's hell-bent on
if
causing
I cause
World
a diplomatic
War III.
incident, no one will be able to stop me.
Okay, no, to be fair though, I did actually read a story where Naruto was like, okay, people are gonna try and kill me if they learn how strong I am. So I'm going to cause a world war so people forget about how strong I am.
I mean,
It's not very good logic, but okay.
technically speaking, a world war would make people forget about you unless they find out you're the one who caused it.
No, no, Sean,
Oh.
it's okay to make fun of the Quran. Atin is not Muslim.
Yeah, I am
Apparently,
not
people.
sure where anyone got the idea I was Muslim.
Huh.
I like bacon far too much for that. Also, feel free to make fun of whatever you want here. Just be aware that no one cares.
Equal opportunity.
The only reason I said get out was because there are some shitposts that shouldn't exist.
Okay,
Like
well,
Naruto goes to Nineveh. Although that one could be funny if done well.
Kilm apparently wants to see Dota Fix written by me with the patchwork knowledge of that I've gained from U2 and Crowbar and Nosehair.
Okay.
That's
But
terrifying.
I don't understand as to
Am I
the
allowed?
purpose of the
Am I
fiction.
allowed to pinch hit with the wiki?
Apparently not. No.
You can try to use the wiki, but there's nothing there.
Oh no, the wiki has everything I need, like what the powers do and
Oh yes,
Voice
yes,
line.
you can do
No.
that.
Kilm says apparently no.
Well, fuck you, Kiln.
I
I'm
want
saying
an
you can
incest
because
story involving
literally
Crystal
anyone
Maiden
can
and Lena.
use the wiki.
Well, there's your first commission, Max.
what?
An incest story involving Crystal Maiden and Lena, yet you're not allowed to look at the wiki for anything about them.
I know they're
Oh, God,
sisters,
no.
and I know they hate each other's guts.
It's
I know
100%
Lena's a crazy
innocent.
fire. I know Lena's a crazy fire thrower, and Crystal Maiden's a psychotic ice thrower. Well, sociopathic, I guess. Not psychotic. It's a very fine line. Sociopathy and
We've already been
psychopathy.
over that. We're not getting into that. All right.
Only Admiral Bulldog videos.
Bulldog. Raise your dongers, lads. Anyway, let's see. Blah, 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 blah. He went to the part that was on the farthest right side of the room. The alt-right. Got it.
Yeah. Oh, that would be an interesting crack fic.
What now?
Nazis and...
Take the incest love story for Crystal Maiden and Lena, just make them both massive tsunderes.
That Lena certainly is.
That's got some crack potential. Sorry, Sneaky, continue.
I don't even know anymore. Blah blah blah. He's got a bathroom and shower and food and a bed, and he's stealing someone's hot water. Blah 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 blah. Wall of text. Wall of text. Blah blah. Wall of text. He's got a bedroom. Blah blah. Wall of text and blah blah. No one knew about this hideout at all. Really. It was underground, and therefore no natural light got inside.
Okay.
So
All right,
therefore
hang on.
it
When
was
was this?
safe.
Okay, no, this was published back in 2012. You know who would have found this by now? Donzo.
Yeah.
Fucker has, like, oh, fucking hate Donzo. Did his job as a character, made you hate him. But he had catacombs and tunnels all throughout that village. I refuse to believe that there's no way he wouldn't know about it. So, I'm hoping that this is very much a, we're doing a third-person, unreliable narrator with Naruto as the focal point for the shoulder cam.
Yeah.
Like, I'm sorry, Donzo of all people would sure as hell have found this.
Anyway. What the fuck is this? GOG Unreal novels for free. Yes. Why? Why? Why?
The fuck?
Why? Blizzard, why?
What did
What?
Blizzard do this time?
Blizzard's doing a Mexican event, a Mexican Lucha Libre event with Heroes of the Storm. And each day, 2 random heroes get a Lucha Libre makeover.
That's a very specific thing to express interest in.
No, I got an email from them about it.
No, I
I
meant for them
did
to
not-
express interest in.
That's very
You
weird.
know,
Anyway,
Blizzard has recently expressed that they are looking to diversify their fan base and their working environment.
although I will say this, I think Lucha, I think, I can't.
Lucha Underground?
Yeah, Lucha. I think putting Mercy in a Lucha costume would be hilarious. Like,
Wait,
just do it for all the healers.
There are
Just do it for the
anti-fun
healers.
Naruto stories. Why? Antifa is known anywhere else? Dude, Antifa is a global organization these days. And they've also been declared a terrorist organization by the United States. Thanks, New Jersey!
I thought Texas was the one to start that.
No, it was New Jersey, actually.
I got the headlines for Texas first, then like a year later, New Jersey was like, alright, fuck you guys. Or were they the ones to get it pushed to the Supreme Court?
I think New Jersey was the one to get it pushed to the Supreme Court.
Nah.
Texas only did the Chainsaw Massacre. I don't know, Calvin. They did kind of burn the G20 town down to the ground. That was pretty crazy. I watched the footage of that. Like, half the town was on fire by the end of the day. That's fairly terroristic, I believe.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Ironically enough, they became what they hated most.
Yes. Compton represent.
Hmm.
Yeah. Anyway, enough about how Antifa is a terrible organization filled with terrible people. Moving on. Blah blah, walls of text, blah blah blah, bullshit claims, blah blah blah, bullshit claims, blah blah blah. He learned. Okay, wait a second. Hold on a second. He learned shadow clones by watching Kakashi when he was 9 years old use it once. Okay. Uh-huh.
It's past 7:45. Can we leave?
So it is.
Well, I
Horrible.
mean, yeah.
Please.
Anyway, so let's
asking.
keep scrolling. Walls of text, 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 walls of text. Hey, no walls of text. Oh, and then there's no walls of text here because Naruto was like, "Lol, shadow clones." All right. So you guys expressed interest in Doto. That would be under the video game section.
Oh boy, here you go, folks. You're gonna see it live
D.
on stream. The selection.
Doto.
Oh,
Doto. Doto 2. Why are there so many League of Legends crossovers?
Who has done this heresy? Who has committed
No,
this heresy?
why are you surprised? Like, they're the two biggest names
Because
in
we
free-to-play.
hate each other.
Yes, I know, but you shouldn't be surprised. You should just expected it and had your rage ready to go. Fate Stay Night and Dota 2. Oh, God.
Yeah, no, as far as, other groups in America that are rioting and should be considered terrorist organizations. So far, none of the right-wing ones have actually earned that one.
Not go here.
I know,
Okay,
no, because Calvin was saying that there's several other groups that do that sort of stuff as well in Germany. And they were mostly right-wing. I was like, we don't have any of those yet.
High School DxD in Dota, Naruto in Dota,
Probably because we don't
Fairytale in
suppress them
Dota,
as hard as Germany does.
Undertale, and what the fuck is Mobile Legends Bang Bang?
I have no idea. Isley is guessing that most of it is League.
Lots and lots of League crossover smut. Oh, well, maybe.
What the fuck is this? Oh, didn't this used to be another game?
No, I mean, to be fair, if you're a German in Germany and you get called a Nazi for saying political correctness is bad, I mean, I would probably get pissy about that, too.
Anyway.
Fate of the Ancients by Arcus 9-3. The Fifth Holy Grail War was held at the horizon.
What?
Of what? The horizon
Ready
of
to
what?
rise again as another story is told.
But this story is different. An unknown entity has interfered, and the result of that were the heroes of another world that were pulled into the fight. Well-awaited conflict? What? Okay,
What?
also,
So,
my eyes read the next sentence as, and with this nipple. I was just like, brain.
Sneaky!
Brain.
The only way that this will be anything worth reading to me is if they split the hero list down the middle, so that we still have some, like, keep Saber and Archer the same, and maybe dick around with the other classes.
It looks like Mordred is summoned, and so is Windrunner.
Okay, let's just Sneaky. Let's just click this. Let's just see where
Click
this
it?
goes.
You sure? What? Why not D times D Dota though?
Because let's just look. We can do both, but let's just see where the first one goes, huh?
Summary on the inside. Instantly delete yourself, sir.
What? Wait, what? Oh.
One of the stories literally says summary on the inside. It's like, no, the summary section is where you're supposed to put your fucking
Oh
summary.
my god, he put the author's note in the summary, and the summary in the author's note. That's what he did. Oh.
Archer as in Jonathan Archer? No, Archer as in the class Archer. Sneaky, we've done the D times D Dota one. Actually, no, we haven't. We did the previous version of that one. Yes, not in Command of the Starship. Prologue. Silver and iron to the origin. Gem of the Archduke. Of contracts to the cornerstone. The ancestor is my great master Schwang. The alighted wind becomes a wall. The gate in the four directions.
Look, we can just skip this. It's a bunch of stupid nonsense used to make up some nonsense magic chant. It happens all the time in anime. Blah blah blah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Excuse me. Yourself is under me. My fate doom is in your sword.
Yeah.
What?
Hey, try not to bust a vein until I get back. That's the exact opposite of what I asked you to do.
The circle burned with orange light as power coursed through the circle. The black skirt and loose paper flapping as the magical energy filled the basement. This is just a butchering of the English language. Blah 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 blah. I become the good of the world of the dead. fuck is this? This is definitely not the chant they used.
I don't know what this is. Anyway.
Anyway, yeah. The final wave of energy crackled as the final incantations were chanted, causing the room to be filled with a light, a layer of smoke and dust. The summoner dropped to her knees on the now faded circle, lightly gasping for air from the exertion she went through. She brought the back of her hand to view, an accomplished smile on her face as she inspected the command seals etched on it. That was flawless. I'm certain I drew the most powerful card. Her hands balled into fists in affirmation as she looked around the basement. She saw nothing. Huh?
She summoned Ricky.
Indeed. Huh? She said aloud, her head going back and forth. Bang! Why? She cried out, running out of her basement in frustration as she rushed up the stairs. It did not take long for her to reach the door to her living. Bursting inside, she came upon a scene she was not particularly expecting. Her living room, mostly in pristine order and condition, except for the dust and splinter that littered the room thanks to the shattered sofa that was split perfectly in half. And right in the middle of the mess, a woman with bright orange hair and dressed in an assortment of yellow and green, the tunic only being held at her midriff. The sturdy brown belt holds her green slacks, and I am currently describing Windrunner poorly. Hi, I'm a fan of Dota. Didn't all masters use a different chant?
It's not as bad. It's
I
not a terrible
believe
description that I
no,
get what they're talking about.
but I don't. Don't quote me on that, because I'm not a master of the Fate verse, because there's a shit ton of Fate lore, and I just am not interested in learning it. Windrunner is best girl. That is false. You are a heretic and a liar.
No, Sneaky, we are absolutely not having this discussion.
We are going to have a best girl discussion of Dota heroes, and it is clearly Lena. End of story.
No, you're blatantly wrong. Because if there is a best girl, it's going to be CM.
Oh my fucking... I knew you were gonna say that.
Well, of course I said it. You said Lena.
Yes, because Lena is superior best girl.
No, she's not.
Lorax is ascended. Oh yes, have you never seen the ascended Lorax? He is the ascended Lorax, and he speaks for the Re.
Have I missed anything of import?
Sneaky is demanding we have a best girl conversation.
For who?
Dota. Because Kiln thinks it's Windrunner, and he's obviously wrong. And Sneaky thinks it's Lena, who is also wrong. And I
Please
say
ignore
it's
all
CM,
my
and
Nora
I'm obviously
photos.
Right.
Didn't you get most of those from me? When I went on that Ruby
No, Bake pinged me with more.
Oh, good. So there are two people just enabling your little problem.
My Noraism.
Anyway. Also, he hasn't betrayed Nora because this is specifically Dota Best Girls.
Indeed.
Anyway, so this person's poorly describing Windrunner.
Yeah, so anyway, back to poorly describing Windrunner. This is the Ascended Lorax. He speaks for the Re.
Oh, God. I should still have that.
You can't forget the Danny DeVito. There is Danny DeVito found inside this Lorax.
I can never unsee that now that you've fucking pointed it out.
Unsee what? What did he point out to you?
Danny DeVito.
What about Danny DeVito? What, that he's the Lorax?
Yes.
Yeah, everyone knows that.
Oh yeah, I sent that picture to kill him at 3 a.m. on like a Wednesday or something.
That's because Sneaky's an asshole who doesn't sleep.
Anyway. Anyway, so it's Windrunner. Let me pull up Windrunner.
Well,
So
and it's clear they're going with default Windrunner here.
yeah, I know. Sorry, Wind Ranger. That's one is the basic out there. Probably this shit. Yeah, basically this. So that's Windrunner. That's the person they're trying to incompetently describe.
I mean, it's not the worst description, but I'm pretty sure she's not wearing slacks. I'm pretty sure those are tights.
Yeah, those are tights.
Like, those are tights, and she has shin guards.
Anyway, oh no, she's wearing the she's wearing the Sylvan Cascade.
The Sylvan Cascade doesn't have slacks, though, does it?
No, it's a scarf.
Oh, well, yeah. Or it's her cloak.
Yeah. But yeah, anyway. Yeah, blah blah. Oh no, my god. He's describing a custom weapons patch. Okay. He's describing the Raiders patch as well. She's right. So this is my waifu. This is my waifu Windrunner. I'm now describing to you guys. Okay, got it. Thanks, author.
Oh boy.
I will admit, PA is pretty good girl.
Look,
Not
as
best
long
girl,
as the answer isn't Templar, we're fine.
You know who isn't best girl? CM. I have to agree with you. CM is definitely not best girl. Okay, so, Mawaifu Windrunner, blah blah blah, Rin.
Okay, so I'm hitting unban, but the unban isn't working. Why is it not working? Like, I timed him out as a joke, but it's not unbanning him. Also, I hit timeout, not ban. I'm not sure what's going on here.
Jesus Christ, dude. Do I have to demod you?
Nope, he's back. Because now he can talk, so...
Why does timing someone out just delete every message they've written up till that point?
Because that's usually the purpose of it. Because you're a shit mod who can't use commands. Yeah. Basically.
I mean, I caused the problem, then I fixed the problem, so technically
so we got Windrunner acting like a wooby. Got it? Uh-huh.
Oh, Sneaky, they must be pulling from that terrible comic from, what was it, China?
I guess.
The terrible Windrunner anti-mage one. Which might be canon.
Yeah, with the hoof guy, yeah.
Yeah, that stupid thing.
Okay, anyway, so we got Wooby Windrunner waifu, who got summoned.
Oh, good. Rin, okay, so...
Blah, blah, blah.
Okay, so Emiya is out.
Yeah.
We've immediately gotten rid of, like, one of the best characters already.
Yep, indeed.
I asked of you, are you my master? What?
Good night, don't let the bed bugs bite. Jesus Christ, this is not Windrunner. Windrunner is actually a bitch. Like, if you've listened to her voice lines, she is
Sneaky,
actually
go
an
to the wiki,
unrepentant bitch.
pull up her voice lines. You don't have to play them. People can just look at them. Like when she kills you. Hey, it could be worse. Oh wait, no, it couldn't. Laughs.
Let's get some good voice lines from her. Where is that? Or my scroll button could just stop working. That works too. Thanks, game. Okay, everything's apparently why. Okay. Alright, now my scroll button's working.
Oh
Yeah,
boy,
here
they
we go.
changed the wiki up.
Time for target practice. I'm a straight
No,
shooter.
Don't load out, that
blah,
doesn't
blah,
matter.
blah.
Go find the one she has for killing people.
Try this on for size. Taste my arrow. You catch my point. I now pronounce you man and tree. I now pronounce you man and creep. Shish kebab, skewered. You're not going anywhere. Lucky you. You slipped off the kebab.
I have never heard that one.
It's got a 5% chance of occurring when you miss. Three for one, unbelievable, I never miss. Blah blah.
Okay then.
Oh yeah, she also has maniacal laughter when she levels up.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, my personal favorite. Could I have killed you any deader? There's stuff
I
like
blow you a
pain,
kiss,
meet
pain
ugly.
meet ugly, ugly meet pain. You've just been shafted. Good shot, right? Better luck next life. If you were still alive, I'd still be shooting you.
Yeah,
Enchantress, you're so perky, or at least you were before I killed you.
Oh wait, what's the one for Lena?
I am loath to kill another ginger, but for you I make an exception.
Yeah. Wait, what's the one with Drow?
Wow.
Because the chat's cutting it off.
She's got quite a few of those. Where'd you learn to shoot? Aren't you the gloomy one? Cheer up. That's a fancy ice bow you have, Drow, in your dead hands.
Yeah, so the point being...
The point being that she's a dickhead to people she's actively fighting? Yeah, I couldn't imagine how that would be anything normal.
No, but like... No, but like, even if you look at, like, let's go up to her quote-unquote friendly responses.
Her friendly responses are here. My parents warned me about crazy old men in the forest, but you seem alright, Lone Druid. Why so blue, Drow? You know.
I'm getting the feeling that she doesn't like Drow Ranger.
No, they do
all.
not like each other that much, you know.
I like your hair, Lena. I love that every character in this game just appears to be unhinged the moment battle starts.
No, most of them are unhinged before battle start. Really, the only one... This is gonna sound weird. I think one of the only ones that isn't unhinged is Slark.
What
Because
about
Slark was a thief.
what
He
about
broke out of a prison.
what about the
And the
recent?
only reason he's killing people is because he's like, just let me leave.
Invoker, yeah.
God,
God.
Invoker.
Anyway, so point being, she's not
Listen,
a whoopee.
if
The author's
if the author
bad
hasn't
and has a
brought
wife who
Invoker in
is
his
a mother.
caster, there's a problem.
Okay, caster is required to be Skywrath. Look, you really can't find a more pretentious caster than that.
I'm sorry.
What about Invoker?
Invoker is more pretentious.
That is true. That is
Invoker
true.
is way more pretentious.
But he actually has the power to back that up.
I mean, Skywrath is pretty strong.
Oh, I'm saying a Woobie, Woobie. It's something that's done in fan fiction. Here, let me bring it up. um. A Woobie is a character you want to give a big hug, wrap up in a blanket, and feed soup when they suffer. The woobification of a cat is a curious, audience-driven phenomenon and is mostly divorced entirely from any sort of character canonical morality or characterization. Basically, so a Woobie is when you take a character and make them suffer a bunch just so you can have the audience be like, oh man, I totally relate with that.
Alright, anyway, so now that we've established that the author doesn't know how to write Wind Ranger, let's get back on topic.
Indeed. Hey, no, that was sort of on topic. We're talking about fan fiction tropes and cliches.
It was. But so, like I said, let's keep going.
9:05. Blah, 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 blah. Right, I summoned Archer. Blah, blah, I have a migraine. Blah, blah, she has coffee and fixed the sofa. Good morning, sleepyhead. So you're finally up. Blah, 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 blah.
Okay, I'm sorry. I'm just gonna stop just for a moment.
Yeah.
I've seen bits and pieces of the lore. I went through the comics. The comics are very interesting insights into characters. Are we sure this isn't supposed to be Crystal Maiden cosplaying as Wind Ranger? Because that sounds like something Crystal Maiden would be doing right now.
He's not wrong!
You're not wrong, but I do believe you are incorrect.
We sure she didn't just dye her hair? Because that's what it feels like.
I don't know. I do have the feeling that Crystal Maiden would never dye her hair ginger.
Yeah.
See,
Now, stealing Windrunner's clothes and pretending to be Windrunner. Yeah, I can see her doing that.
I mean, maybe she was bold enough to walk right up to an ice dragon that moved in and be like, "Get out." And then she was fickle enough that when bribed with a pretty cloak, she left it alone.
Yeah. So, anyway.
Okay, so for some reason, Wind Ranger can repair a couch.
Yes. Have any of you heard about Warhammer Adventures?
No.
Now, see, Isley, you would have known we knew about Warhammer Adventures if you joined our Discord. And we're on there for more than 37 minutes.
I'm...
Go ahead, Max.
I'm gonna go see if Wind Ranger has any kind of carpentry skills, because I'm pretty sure the only reason that Archer got away with it was because he's just really good at tracing.
And structural reinforcement, etc. Yeah. I still have this can of peaches on my desk. Speaking of peaches, do you know what anything to do with peaches? Like, so far I've just been eating a can of peaches. Just like out of the can. Is there any like basic recipes I can... I know I'm asking you because you're from Georgia. I realize it's a bit like discriminatory.
I'm sorry, what are you wanting?
Do you know any good simple peach recipes?
Well, no. You can eat them raw. You could probably track down a good peach cobbler. You need peach, brown sugar. Oh, what was used? There was something else used for the sauce. I don't remember what it was.
I don't have I don't have any of that, and I also don't have a baking
What the hell?
thing for that.
Damn, this gonna bother me. I used to know the recipe for peach cobbler.
Anyway, pickled peaches. I'll pickle you.
You leave your cinnamon. Okay, you know you can keep cinnamon. You can leave your lemon juice out of peach cobbler. You fucking yank. Don't give me this fresh southern peach cobbler horseshit.
Alright, well, Max grumbles about peach cobblers. I'm gonna keep going.
Yeah. Okay. Oh. Well, that's interesting.
What?
Okay.
Anyway.
Well, Wind Ranger's not.
Yeah, no.
Apparently, Wind Ranger is fond of giving inspirational speeches and pep talks.
What? Where are you getting that?
Oh, from her
Dark
lore
Willow.
section.
Oh, yeah. Apparently, Dark Willow has a response to her of "Spare the rah-rah hero" speech. Okay.
Oh yeah, because she's Wind Ranger's kind of like.
Oh yeah. Does she have a
Robin?
hero? Does she have a hero complex?
No, it's more like we're big goddamn heroes, sort of thing.
Okay.
So it's
So
not so
she
much
like.
as a need to save people for Windrunner as it's like we're heroes, we're gonna save the day because that's what heroes do.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Okay.
what about you? My name is Lyriel, but most people know me as Windranger. Lyriel, I'm sorry, I don't know who you are, that's a thing. And another reason why I asked you to go to bed, so I could read up on history. You should know that. You should know the history.
Yeah. No. Okay. This person's literally never paid any attention to anything to do with the Fate universe because as soon as they're summoned, they know literally everything.
Call it a gut feeling because I knew something was
Yeah.
off.
Yeah, they're given information on the war and the modern world and how to pass for a modern citizen,
Yeah.
whatever country they're in.
Rifling through all your books, I snuck into someone else's house and used their computer. You can use a computer a bit. The Grail gave me all the relevant information. Anyway, back to our topic. I used their computer to search for all the relevant information about me and my world, and I got nothing from you. Yup, nothing. Maybe you're an exception, maybe. I'm just letting you know right now so we won't have to go through any awkwardness in the future. You're quite willing to share your secrets with me, Archer. Well, we're just cooperating with each other. Teamwork makes dream work. She does actually say that.
I know she does. It makes me angry, but she does say it.
Found the Discord thingy. Isley. It's not difficult. When your friends are down. God damn it. What about this fanfic? Stargate Battlestar Galactica. I swear to God. Yeah, fucking no. I don't know enough about Stargate.
Yeah,
or
I don't know anything
Battlestar
about
Galactica.
Stargate.
Discord isn't my thing. Human interaction
I don't
isn't
know
my thing.
near enough for Battlestar Galactica. I could maybe.
I watched
I
like
could probably BS my way through
season of
Stargate.
Battlestar Galactica, and then it got taken off Netflix, and it made me
Oh.
incredibly upset.
I watched half an episode and was immediately bored.
No, it's not that I don't know anything about Stargate. It's just the last time I watched the entirety of the Stargate series was back in the sophomore year? No.
Anyway,
like,
freshman
I
of
the
high
point is,
school.
we're not gonna cover it.
No,
was-
like I might be able to BS my way through parts of
So
Stargate,
let's
like
keep going.
up through season 4 probably. You need to catch that.
9 years ago? So, it's been a while. Anyway, blah blah, this is where the last war was fought. No wonder this place is pregnant with malice. Okay.
What?
I'm
I'm pretty sure she wouldn't know that. I mean,
Yeah.
Actually, I think there's an implication in one of the works that servants can kind of see that. Isn't that just a direct line from Archer at some point?
Maybe.
Oh, I don't remember.
Yeah. Anyway, quite breezy up here. Blah blah blah. Would have saved time with them walking. All you would have gotten is a bird's eye view. You wouldn't have been able to see the city. Rin, I'm an archer. There's nothing to worry about. I can guarantee you my single eye is better than the world's best marksman. I'm sorry, Archer. I know that even weak servants are far stronger than humans. I'm just concerned. I'm flattered by your concern. I admit, physically speaking, my depth perception is a bitch, but my vision isn't even my strongest sense, and that included the time I had both eyes. So what do you rely on, Archer? Her servant gave a smirk. She closed her eyes, drew her hand out. Will you come to me, my friend? Though we are in a strange world, will you heed my call? Will you accompany me again on another great adventure, my eternal companion? Blah
What is that even
blah.
from?
Winds danced around them, and then dancing around the archer. Archer was smiling as her clothes ruffled, and the winds began to recede. So that's why you call the Wind Ranger. You can use magic.
A bunch of exposition about how Wind Ranger stuff works.
Mm-hmm. Which honestly, I don't. It's just one of those few rare cases where I honestly don't see people who don't know both things reading about. Because Dota's like super niche in terms of fan fiction.
Yeah.
And so it's like, I don't see a lot of people who know of the Fate Stay series going into the crossover section and being like, oh hey, I'm going to read a Dota crossover. And not having ever heard of Dota before. Because like, I don't know, at least to me, the only reason why you would read crossovers for Fate Stay would be to see either Shiro in X World or X World's heroes being summoned into the Grail War. Am I wrong there?
No, that's honestly what I like to see. Like
if I ever go looking for Fate Stay crossovers, that's what I'm looking for.
yeah, like
one thing that always made me sad, at least the last time I checked, I didn't see any for The Witcher.
And part of it's that Fate Stay just has this great it's got a lot of good crossover potential because of the way the summoning stuff works. Like, if I'm going to Fate Stay cross anything, it had better be because blank characters from crossover work are now summoned into Fate Stay in some way.
So, yeah, Isaac says he's been trying to do some explanations for both sides of his crossover for Werewolf 40k. They're fairly niche. Yeah, that's not my point though, Isaac. My point is sort of in this is that I'm not sure why he's explaining Dota. Like, he's clearly writing it from you're a fan of Fate Stay, now look at this Dota thing, but it's like, I don't think anyone who's never heard of Dota would read Dota crosses with Fate Stay. Like, I'm pretty sure, at minimum, you have to know about Dota to even be interested in reading a Dota cross with Fate Stay.
Yeah.
Why does everyone assume he? Yeah, we do assume he because of the Silver King part, and also because of the assume everyone is male on the internet until told otherwise.
Yeah.
Part.
I mean, I've got a slightly stupid confession. Whenever we talk about Isley, for some reason, I just think of an island and that's it. I have no idea why.
Really?
Just an island with a computer sitting on it, and that's it.
Max.
I don't know why.
Isley, naming yourself Isley the Silver King, that's a pretty masculine thing.
I mean,
unless you're in Fate Stay.
No, like, to be fair, I understand why they did it. It's because they're called Mira the something on fanfiction.net, and that name was taken.
Hmm.
When they tried to make it other places. But like the thing is that using like king and shit in your name, regardless of why you're doing it, is going to make people go, "Oh, it's a guy." Max is correct. You are an island.
It's not the kind of thing I ever expected to be correct about.
Well, congratulations, Max.
The weirdest thing Max has been correct about in a very long time.
It's an island.
What was the time before this?
In the end, aren't we all just islands?
I'm sure there was one, I just can't remember it. Anyway, let's get back on this nonsense.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. But on the bright side, it's not like it's poorly written, and there are differences in dialogue, at least, between Rin and New Archer.
Yeah,
So
yeah, I
it's
will
not a
give him kudos for that.
it's not a complete copy paste.
Yeah. We're empty, blah, blah, blah. Rin doesn't have a wish, blah, blah, blah.
That's amazing. You're so good, Archer. Thank you. I try. What's wrong? Just a boy I saw at school. Told you it's nothing, Archer. Then tell me of the nothing. When I caught sight of him, it seems like he took notice as he looked back up at me. Oh, that's interesting. I know people like that. They're always vigilant. You'd think you'd get the jump on them, but the moment you're about to sink a dagger behind their back, they turn around and smack you in the head. You seem quite knowledgeable in the field, Archer. Personal experience, but it happened to some people I knew in life. Who? The assailant or the target? Archer merely replied with a grin that somehow got into Rin's nerves. Yes.
I'm gritting into your nerves.
I grin so hard I have entered your nervous system.
That's terrifying. Anyway.
Sounds like a worm power. You gotta watch out. If they smile at you, they'll get into your nervous system.
Sneaky, the world's dumbest master effect.
Oh?
No, smiling at you to control your nervous system.
Immunity to stealth is the most annoying trait. Maybe immunity to execution.
I mean, technically, if she has the Aegis, she has a one-time immunity to execution.
It's a bad joke and you know it.
What?
The night
Me?
sky, blah blah blah. What's your wish? Blah blah blah. I don't have a wish, then why are you doing this? I'm doing this because I am doing this. Blah blah blah. Quite the little glory seeker, blah blah blah. Okay, so at least they got Rin right.
Yeah.
Blah blah blah. I've lived a good life, Rin. I don't need any wish. I will give you your glory.
I mean,
Okay.
we don't really know enough about any Dota hero. I mean, the only one that I could think of who would have like a clearly defined wish, like there's a couple of like the swordsmen.
Yeah.
Like Juggernaut would be like, I want to bring my people back. Sven would be like, I want to bring my mom back. Probably.
No, no. Clearly, Sven's would. I want a bigger sword.
Funny. Riki would be like, I want to bring my family back too. Clearly, Cena and Liam.
Cena and Liam. Cena and Liam. Cena and go home, Atin. You are drunk.
Lita and CM's wishes would be for the other to die.
No, they're still sisters.
They literally take sadistic pleasure in murdering each other, Sneaky.
Because they know they'll get back up. I mean, wouldn't you kill your brother if you knew he would come back?
I plead the fifth.
I love how uncertain you are.
No, I'm just like, you know what? That's what I'm going with. That's my answer. I refuse to answer on grounds that may incriminate me.
I refuse on the grounds of self-incrimination. It was a yes or no question.
I'm aware of that.
Blah blah blah, school, blah blah blah. There's another servant in the school, blah blah blah. Blah blah blah. There's another servant approaching us, are you sure? Blah blah. Okay, body hunkered down into crouch, wielding a golden lance. Oh god, it's Phantom Lancer.
Wait, what? Where are we now?
It's, instead of, Gaybold showing up.
Oh yeah, there's another servant, blah blah blah.
It's Phantom Lancer, wearing a straw hat.
Oh god, he's wearing the stupid drifter set.
Yep. Are you here to kill me? We were sent here to scout. Unfortunately, it seems we've been compromised, so it is with great regret that we must ensure that there are no witnesses. Full alert. Blah blah blah. She's chanting.
Oh come on, they missed the best. They missed the opportunity to use the best line from Phantom Lancer.
Oh.
We outnumber you, Archer. Can you keep up? They should have just gone with, we outnumber you, Archer. We outnumber them all. Because that's his line, is we outnumber them. We outnumber you, we outnumber them all. Like, that's his best line, in my opinion. Because it's like, oh yeah, this is super important to his lore.
So Isley, basically, there's a joke about the pronunciation of the spear name, and you know,
Everyone pronounces it as
he's
Gaybold.
gay, gay bulge, get it? Ha ha ha.
It's not a particularly funny joke, but
Yeah. Welcome to the internet. There is shitty jokes to be found. Anyway, so. Oh, good. Oh, good. Okay, so she's also got the immortal bow, and so if we're gonna go with this, I'm assuming the Phantom Lancer also has the immortal spear.
probably. Well, it was a big golden one, so like
Yeah,
bright
so
golden
probably,
one.
yeah.
I know its normal one is kind of shiny, but like
That's a
the
spear.
immortals are the ones that are super.
This is glowy and shit, yeah. Anyway, blah blah blah. It's the immortal bow. Blah blah. Absence of the string. There was a green line. Blah blah. Lancer based on his weapon. It seems we reach an impasse. Archer, show him what you got. With pleasure, master. Her voice leads with confidence. Both servants stare at each other, neither willing to make the first move. That's silly. She would immediately start off with a shackle.
Oh yeah, no. Well, no, Sneaky. She'd either start with a shackle or a power shot.
That's true.
Against PL, probably a power shot.
Well, he doesn't have his illusions deployed yet.
Yeah, so the idea being if I can nail him with a power shot, I can end it quick.
True enough.
The shackle shot is, she's smart enough to know that shackle shot is useless until he starts making copies. And then you can just start shackling copies and try to get lucky. Or well no, actually, if she knows who Phantom Lancer is, she would probably start with focus fire.
That's a good point. Yeah.
Oh, this
Powerful
is the only
swing.
chance
She
to
kicked
use.
off the ground, dodging another swing from Lancer. Dodging, more dodging, 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 dodging. Agility mentioning, dodging, 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 dodging. They're shooting at each other, and she's dodging, and she's using her bow like a baseball bat, and there's more dodging going on. How is Lancer able to
Why is
retaliate
she
so
dodging?
quickly?
She can just win, run, and laugh.
Oh, okay. Okay, so that's how they're gonna roll illusions?
How?
They're called illusions from where I'm from, Master, Archer explained. Another one of her kicks sending Lancer flying away from her, the momentum bringing her to the center of their own field. Illusions. She replied, yes, mirror copies that carry some form of the wielder's strength and capabilities. There are many heroes that utilize them. There was even an artifact that allowed its wielder to create their own illusions. And how do his illusions compare? They hit like wet noodles, Master, but they are limitless. I've heard of a hero like that, though I've never come across him. Lancer chuckled, though their face was obscured by its straw hat and the dust gathered around. Looks like we've been figured out. Stated Lancer, golden shimmers. Basically, so previously during the whole dodge wall of text, Lancer was using his illusions to like as an extra arm extension of him to attack her. Yeah.
I mean, it's not super out of place for PL to do that.
But I mean, it's not in the lore of his illusions, though. Like, they are fully separate beings of him, not like extensions of him.
Yeah.
Golden shimmers appeared around the field. The illusions made themselves apparent. We outnumber you, Archer. Can you keep up? That's something you should ask yourself. Is that pride? Nope, it's just confidence. Wind-based Archer. A student. Who else is there? How unfortunate. Hold them off, they said, turning to face again.
Someone else, blah, blah, blah. This is stuff we already know.
Cannon, blah, 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 cannon, blah, blah, blah. She gasped in horror. Don't do this to me. Why'd it have to be you? Why here? Why now? I'm gonna save you. Cannon, 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 cannon. Cannon, cannon. Winds take me. You can fly, more like glide.
Not. Never was that in the canon.
Cannon, cannon, cannon. Cannon. Archer materialized her bow, and a figure walked toward them with a scythe on their shoulders. The figure wore a blue cloak that covered their entire torso and head, their face obscured except for their eyes as golden highlights. Beneath their cloak was a light metal cuirass, shielding their figure's form, a brown belt, brown pants, throwing knives. Okay, so this is supposed to be PA?
PA is the only one I can think of, but PA doesn't have a scythe. And I don't think any of her items are a scythe, are they?
No, one of her items is a scythe. PA is Phantom Assassin. I don't know of any cloak for her though, anyway. Going to Lancer. Saber, there's exceptions. PA is Saber?
I mean, I can kind of see it, like...
That's an extreme stretch considering she mainly assassinated people.
Yeah.
Or, oh my god, Ricky is obviously going to be fucking...
Well, no, I mean, they could do Bounty Hunter or Slark.
No, Ricky's too good to pass up for Assassin.
I mean, yeah. Although I would say Slark is also a fantastic choice, but...
Anyhow, so that was a story.
It wasn't terrible. I don't think we'll be ever coming back to this one, but, like, it's not terrible. I guess if you're looking for Dota Fate, it's You could do a lot worse.
Yeah, you can certainly do worse. That is true. That is true. All right. All right. So this is ancient. This is a D times D.
Oh boy.
I love the reviews for this. Wow, you do this instead of new chapter that sucks. Could have to do this with a new chapter as will, but I guess not. Hope it doesn't take as long as the first. About 5 months? Question mark.
Huh?
Oh god. Notice, Chapter 2. Dear readers, no, I'm not abandoning this story. No, and now that it's cleared up, let me explain why I've been silent for several months. Putting it simply, I'm now serving my term of national service, which means my free time is no longer existent. Training ends in May, so expect me to be pushing my way through the bullcrap that the army is laying onto me by the shovel load. Are they Israeli? They're either Israeli or Indian.
No, could be South Korean.
Or South Korean, that is true.
And doesn't Switzerland have compelled national service?
Is it true that an English voice actor for this got arrested for child pornography? I believe that is true, yeah.
Oh, for D times D? Ugh.
Yeah, this is the reboot. I went back and reread my previous work and I nearly vomited blood. Seriously, I heard that you think differently of what you wrote back when you reread it. But what the fuck was I thinking? Yes, author, please tell us. What the fuck were you thinking? I remember reading that. And that was just pain, suffering, agony, and cringe.
Yeah.
Blah blah blah. This chapter is the new pilot. I haven't touched D times D in a while, so please leave reviews. Now, I will point out, he has 54 favorites, 72 follows, and only 9 reviews, and half of those reviews were about Chapter 2 and his notice.
Oh boy.
So that's some pretty bad statistics. Especially for the D times D fandom. Wow, they're so beautiful. 2 doe brown eyes peered up into shining cosmos above, delighting in the muted radiance which shone down from the night sky. And what a sky it was, like a great sea of sparks which stretched from the horizon to horizon, unmarred by the light smog which lurked above the city below. A laugh bubbled from the child's throat as he twirled around the grassy crown of the hill, his parents watching on fondly nearby, smiling serenely as their son danced a hymn beneath the stars. It had been almost a month since his dear friend had left for England with his family, never to return to Japan. Almost a month since he had lost his smile. What will you do to protect that smile? Hello, Bernie! You're just in time for some great awful shit. In an effort to cheer him up, this is apparently going to be an extremely long flashback.
Oh boy.
Blah 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 blah, they went to the countryside, blah blah, what are those things, those red and blue ones? 2 small circles, one of pure blue, one pure red. Dear, are those stars getting bigger? Yup, those stars are getting bigger, and they're heading right towards our sun. Oh my god, Issei, get away, run, what's going on? And then the 2 giant celestial bodies hit him. Sorry, all I can think of is the moon in Majora's Mask now. Just like that, but Madara style, so there's a bigger moon behind that one, also crushing the smaller moon.
And
When-
just like the small moon, the big moon also has a crazy
What?
shit-eating grid.
What
Yes.
was that again? It's like I'm using my chakra to reach out towards the asteroid belt or something.
Yeah, to fling asteroids at people. Yeah.
Yeah.
Gotcha. So he can use meteor.
I love the passion in your voice. I can feel it. I'll give you passion. Oh, geez, fucking passion. Oh.
What's this about passion?
Do you feel it,
Listen here.
Mr. Krabs?
Listen here, Birdie25. We are an hour and 45 minutes into our 2-hour show that makes us depressed.
Wake up! Thwack! It's time! Issei gave a start as something hard struck him on top of his head, jolting him back into consciousness from where he lay on his desk. Oh, good! I am so glad we had a massive time skip! Whatever else could we have possibly used this time for?
Yeah.
He shook his head. It was all behind him now. Better to focus on the present instead of the past. Well, he looked up only to see the stern visage of the teacher glaring down at him. Now that Hayudo-san has seen fit to rejoin the rest of the class, perhaps he could be so kind to tell me the answer to the question on the board. He gulped as the glasses hovering over him gleamed statistically and hurriedly looked over to the board in question, only to find it covered in a mess of mathematical equations. Is it 3? He asked, blindly saying the first number that came to mind. The glasses flashed once more, but this time in surprise instead of malice. Correct, the owner replied, much to not just his, but the rest of the class's astonishment. Perhaps there is hope to you yet. Safe! He gave a mental fist pump as he blatantly ogled the teacher's swaying ass as she walked back to the front of the class.
Oh, good. It's one of these people. Also, yeah, Sneaky, they really did. I'm just reading ahead in the story because I'm skimming it to see what the author does.
Yeah.
They really did make PA Saber. Also, for some reason, she shouted coup de grace when she got a crit, which I don't understand.
I don't think the person knows what coup de grace is.
Yeah.
Admittedly, I struggle with pacing without making things either rushed or sluggish, but I make the bloody effort. Now, that is something I can talk about, and I guess I'll finish... Yeah, I'll talk about that in the last minute, so remind me to talk about pacing when we're winding down.
Well, why don't we go to like 7:55 and then start doing that?
That's what I said. Remind me to do that when we're winding down.
We'll do.
Yeah, coup de grace, also known as the killing blow, yeah. Like I said, I don't think the author knows what coup de grace is. Anyway, blah blah blah. Any last words, perverts? Blah blah blah. He was peeping on people. Blah blah blah. Die. Blah blah blah.
Copy paste. Like
It was worth it for the boobs. Yep, he basically copied and pasted it. Damn, that girl hits hard. What did you expect, partner? With how often you peek on them, I'm surprised you're still alive. Crimson metal pendant. So we're ripping off Rosario now?
Yeah, I guess.
Yes, yes. It doesn't mean they have to hit us so hard. I think they almost came close to breaking something. There's a sigh of exasperation from the Great Dragon within the boosted gear. You never learn, do you, partner? Issei could already picture the Great Wells shaking her gargantuan head bemusedly. Is she, the female, the drag, going to be entering the Issei harem?
I don't see why she wouldn't.
And
Because
now
this
I'm
author's an
leaving.
uncreative hack.
Yeah. Bye, Bernie.
Okay. Oh,
Heal yourself. Blah, blah, blah. There's a fondness in her tone for him. Checking to make sure no one was around. He allowed a plume of golden fire to flicker to his fingertips. He learned warmth.
that's useful. You sound pained there, buddy.
Just a bit.
Mm. Well, look on the bright side. It's not like this is the worst thing we've ever seen here.
It doesn't bring me any fucking help. Blah blah blah. Channel the Phoenix fire. Okay, but Phoenix doesn't have. Phoenix can't heal itself.
I mean, if it goes into the ball,
Well, yeah, but that's basically resurrecting itself.
yeah. I'm
But
just
like,
saying, that's the only way it can heal itself.
yeah, it sacrifices its life force to heal others with its flame, but it cannot heal itself with its flame. So
That's kind of why you always have to build tranquil boots and urns.
the author doesn't know that already. Blah blah blah, blah blah blah. A quick peek at his senses revealed her to be a fallen. He was sure that the devils that controlled Kuo didn't like the fallen. He was
this
impressed.
is dumb. Sneaky.
Hmm.
So I'm reading that Fate of the Ancients ones. Like I said, I'm skimming through it. Who do you think they made Berserker?
Axe?
Nope.
Troll?
Nope.
Ogre mage,
Nope.
legionnaire,
Nope.
Life Stealer?
Nope.
wisp. Clearly, wisp.
That would be hilarious, but no.
Mm.
Angry wisp noises.
That would be amazing, and we should write that shit post. But sadly, no.
Alright.
Well, I'm out of Dota heroes I know off the top of my head. That,
Who?
would be either funny
Not
or
even someone who might be a stretch, like Chaos Knight. No. Sven.
Well, I mean, he did go crazy and kill a shit ton of people. I mean, justifiably.
No. But he didn't go crazy. He did that very deliberately, Sneaky. He killed his mom, so he infiltrated their order, worked his way up to be the top member of their order, then killed all of them. It was a very deliberate murder.
Okay, yeah, but you have to keep in mind, that the Fate hero classes are not based off of the hero, it's based off of the views of the hero. So the rest of the world would see Sven as a berserker who just randomly killed his entire order one day.
Okay, maybe that's true. But, regardless of that, there are much better choices for a berserker.
Yeah, Axe and Troll being the two main ones.
I was going to say, Axe and Troll, maybe if you're doing like Arcana Legion. Well, hell, not even Arcana Legion. People are not happy with the Legion, so Legion makes sense. And, like, there's an argument to be made for Chaos Knight,
Yeah.
or, I mean, hell, Pudge.
Anyway, so let's accelerate through this and yeah. Blah blah blah, so curvy, much wow, boobs, 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 ha ha ha, I'm gonna date her anyway, please die for me. Patches of frost, chilling his blood, so he's channeling Lich. Why don't you just chill out? Yup, he's channeling Lich. Burst. Oi, oi, oi. She dropped and passed out. Alright, so she's joining his harem. Got it. Okay, yep. Okay. Grand finale time. Alright, so obviously I want to talk about pacing, so here's the pacing. So, in my story, this was a recent comment I got in the story I'm writing right now, which is the Naruto Ruby story. And I was asked and told recently that my story is going far too quickly, and I need to slow down. What's interesting about that is that none of the scenes... back me up, the two of you, because I know you both of you have seen these parts of it. None of the scenes feel overly rushed.
As far as I'm concerned, none of them feel rushed, but I have not read the full thing.
Yeah, that is true. Now, the thing there is that we were kind of just telling the story from different points of view over time. We weren't trying to go for like a universal, continuous narrative. Sort of like how Ruby just skips to the interesting parts in Season 1. And we're twice the length of Season 1 now. And so I'm just sitting here, I'm like, okay, well, why are they asking me to slow down then? And then another Ruby story updated for me, and I looked at the word count. They're just finishing Season 1 at around book 2.5. I guess you could say around book 2-ish. Around 170k words, and they're finally finishing Season 1. And they've been writing it for 3 years. And so I'm sitting here and I have this realization that Season 1 is very short in terms of its source material. But the fandom really likes writing out every single day for it. And then the story dies. Can you concur on that?
Yeah, I can, and I can even identify what it is. A lot of people don't realize how much work goes into actually building a world.
Yeah.
That's one reason I think fanfiction is so appealing to
a lot of people.
Starting authors is there's already a world established. All you have to do is play with the pieces a bit, and some go on to build their own worlds as a result because they now have practice at putting pieces in place, and now have the experience to create their own pieces. That's out of a poorly written OC.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Isley says, I've been encouraged to speed up at the rate at which things are happening. Admittedly, my problem is not from not having a clear laid out objective. Yeah, no, that is something you definitely do want to figure out. Things go a lot faster when people are waiting for something. Like, usually, key points that most fan fictions will hit when you're doing a general alternative universe stuff going on, like, okay, they got X power instead of Y power. The typical thing people usually want to see is, like, the big reveal, basically. So, good examples of that is, what's a good example of that now I'm thinking? Say a Skyrim Familiar of Zero crossover, in which everyone's waiting for the big moment that it's revealed that the person is the Dovahkiin, the Dragon Eater. And, or better ones such as there are, insert non-noble here who can use magic from X, the crossover. source material, And what kind of noble are you? Oh, I'm not a noble. That's the moment people are waiting for, shit like that. When you do it like that, people will think that the story is going a lot faster. When you don't have an objective and you kind of just meander through and have things happen with no real clear anticipation built up, your story will seem a bit slower. I don't know if I'm just talking on my ass here, if you guys agree with me or not. Give me some feedback.
I agree with you for the most part. Like, yeah, I think you're right. That's what most people come for, is the reveal.
I think I'll be able to provide a main objective within the next chapter, depending on how long I make it this one. Don't you do rough outlines? Yeah, I don't even outline my fix too badly. I actually will pull up what my outlines look like.
Sneaky's outlines are the worst.
So this is
Max,
my outline for
really
chapter 5.
don't have a lot of room to talk.
No,
right now.
Atin, I do have a lot of room to talk. We're not outlining our story. We're just writing it on the fly. I've made outlines for stories before. Sneaky's asked me to check 2 chapters now, just the outlines, and I just gotta sit there staring because I can't connect anything.
This is what my outline looks
like. He doesn't write out the ideas for the outline. He puts a bullet point, handful of words, and then nothing else.
So the main thing, it's the first thing a person does when they get superpowers, ones that they can't control, is I'm gonna Wait, what the fuck? It's just that the first thing a person does when they get powers, especially ones they can't control, is I'm gonna unite humanity and do a crusade. And the main villain hasn't really come up.
Alright,
It's been
well, I have to
hinted
go eat
at.
dinner, so I'll be back. Well, no,
That is not the first. I don't think anyone besides maybe internet shitlords at this point, if they got superpowers, the first thought would be, I'm gonna go start up a crusade.
I could see them starting crusade.
Yeah.
But not for the sake of humanity.
Not for the sake of humanity. It's for the sake of waifu and best girl. I could see it. I could see a crusade. But anyway, yeah. So I had a. Oh, wouldn't be. Yes, that would change things. Yes. Yeah. Most people don't do that. No, that's fair enough. But anyway, lad, if you want to talk about that more, there's always the Discord where there's plenty of people at least willing to talk there about it. And we'll see you all next time on Fanfiction Contempt Theater 9001. As always, you can catch us at 7 to 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Tuesdays and Fridays, or you can catch the previous week's archived copy going up on YouTube the previous week, or something the week after that. So this will be available the 29th. This will be available if you wish to have an archived copy, or you can view it on the Twitch archive, but that is a temporary fickle thing. I don't think I have anything else to add, so I will see you folks later, and you have a good night. And remember, folks, there is always more, and it will always get worse.